Happy Sunday, Facebook family. I hope everybody is having an amazing weekend. Hopefully, most of you won't have to go to work tomorrow because of the holiday, but I'm thinking probably most of you do. So, today, wanted to hop on. Actually, I didn't really want to hop on, but I'm doing this 100-day Facebook Live challenge. And so I agreed and committed to getting on here for a 100 days straight. And if you are joining me, say hi. I cannot see who joins anymore. And I don't like it. So if you are watching, I would like to know who you are. So today was, a good day. I've had a good day. But I didn't really have anything inspiring or profound to talk to you about today. And so I've been kind of just trying to figure out, hi Vicky, thanks for joining, trying to figure out what I can, talk about. I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I appreciate everybody's time, and I know that we're all very busy, so to stop scrolling through Facebook and watch a video it's a big deal. It really is. So, instead of looking up motivational quotes and going over, old books that I've read to get inspiration, I decided that what I really needed to do probably was just be authentic. So what's been going on for me is I have not been following my nutritional plan. My eating habits have been really lacking. And I've been eating at night, which is something I want to never do. And I have, some of the days I've been snacking during the day, which is against my rules too. The thing is, I went so long without doing any of these things that they just kind of snuck up on me, and I didn't think it was a big deal. But it's just not the way that I want to be living my life. So I also not only agreed to do a 100-day Facebook Live challenge, I also, before I started that, had committed to really loving myself unconditionally and facing my fears. So since I've committed to doing this webinar, I can tell that I have been in more of a fear state than an excited state. Just lots of questions, lots of unknowns, lots of things to learn. But really, there isn't that much stuff, so I'm not sure why it's bothering me so much. And I think it is the fear of rejection, maybe nobody will show up. Maybe nobody will like what they hear if they do show up. Maybe I'll completely mess the whole thing up and it won't even work. But if I look at each one of those things individually, it doesn't seem so scary. It seems very manageable to me. But I can tell that I'm buffering some feelings that is coming up for me surrounding this webinar, because when I'm working on it and when I'm talking about it or thinking about it, I can also notice that then I want to go eat something. And sweets is really what's been, on my mind, sweets. So I'm not very happy with what I've been doing recently, but I did commit to loving myself unconditionally, which means that no matter what I do, I treat myself with love. Now, buffering my feelings, and when I say buffering, I just mean avoiding, doing something to avoid the feelings. So for you, it might look like something different, and sometimes it looks different for me. So it might be, TV, Netflix, movies, over shopping, over drinking, overspending, overeating, whatever it is, something that you do to immediately make yourself feel better, but then ultimately you don't feel better afterwards. So for me, lately it's been overeating. And when I say overeating, I just mean eating when I'm not hungry, or eating too much in one meal. So we just had supper and I feel super sick now, just super stuffed full. And I don't like that feeling. It doesn't serve me now. It won't serve me later. And I will tonight or in the morning feel a lot of regret and shame for how I've been treating myself. Now, putting a bunch of food in my mouth and eating it that I don't need is not me loving myself. And so it's kind of that like conundrum between like loving myself even though I'm not loving myself, right? I'm not treating myself with love. So I need to love myself even though I'm not treating myself with love. And what that means for me is not beating myself up about the overeating, but be more of a like observer, like a researcher, like what's going on here, what's happening, and really just recommitting, finding a compelling reason not to do it, and recommitting to my general rules. But not beating myself up about it. That means I'm not allowed to get on the scale and say how lazy and stupid I am for not sticking to my plan. It means not looking in the mirror and telling like picking apart all of the areas I'm not happy with. It means really like looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. It's okay. This is where we are. It's okay. And you can do that. See, we think that if we're not like pissed off at ourselves when we make mistakes like this, that we're not taking it seriously enough sometimes. But what's happening is that we're just filling our minds and our thoughts with all these negative things about ourselves, which makes it so much more difficult to do something nice for ourselves when we keep telling ourselves we're not worth it. So even though I'm making mistakes in my eating and I've missed a few days of my yoga, I need to still love myself and let myself know that it's okay, that I am worth it. I can just start right back up. Think about how you would react if your best friend came to you in tears and told you all of the things that are going on, that are happening to you. So when you're beating yourself up, if you can think of yourself as your best friend in tears, what would you do? You would give her a huge hug. You would be like, it doesn't matter that you overate today. Tomorrow's a new day. You totally got this. Like, it's not a big deal. I love you. But you need to do that for yourself. And I need to do that for myself. I haven't been doing a lot of beating up, but I can see that I subtly have been doing that. And none of it feels good. So if none of it feels good, then it's all coming from a negative place. So what I need to do is I need to find a compelling reason not to use food to buffer my feelings. I also have to love myself even when I make mistakes. I have to allow the mistakes to happen and use it as a teaching moment. Also, even though I have been not sticking to my plan, I am still so far ahead of the game from where I was like several months ago that if I think about it like that, it's really hard to get mad at myself for it. So sometimes when you make a mistake, you can still celebrate and be happy about how far you have come, even though you're not all the way there yet. I'm not all the way there yet. I don't have all the skills that I need to lose all the weight I want to lose and keep it off forever. I've lost weight, put it back on. Lost weight, put it back on. Lost weight, put it back on. As long as I never stop trying, I'm eventually going to learn all of the lessons that I need to learn and grow, evolve into the person who can, eat and not gain weight and not gain it all back. I don't want to use food to buffer all of my feelings. I already know that I can do hard things and feel hard feelings and disappointment and anger and shame and sadness without food. So now I just need to kind of put my money where my mouth is, recommit, and use all of the tools that I have to move forward. But the important part really is taking a step back and looking at the overall picture and saying, okay, where have my thoughts been? What feelings am I trying to avoid? And then being willing to feel that feeling. Feelings are just a vibration in our body that eventually go away. So whatever feeling that you are afraid to feel, it's just temporary. It's always just temporary. It doesn't stay there forever. And you also have the power to not give your feelings power. You can sit with it and be and not be reactive to it. You can just let it be there and continue on with your day. You could just sit by yourself and really take in what you're feeling and what it actually feels like in your body. That takes away so much power from your emotions. Where are you feeling it in your body? What is going on in your body? Actually your body. When you're afraid, your heart races and your eyes dilate and you're more alert and aware and those things. That's not so scary once you just take the power away. When you avoid your feelings and you try to buffer around them, all you're doing is you're piling something on top of it in hopes that you'll forget that it's there. But it's always there. It's kind of like that nagging headache that just won't go away. Those feelings are still there. Even though I've piled a bunch of food on top of it, they're still there. And eventually I am going to have to deal with it. So why wait? Figure out what it is I am trying to avoid and allow it. Lean into it. Let it come. Welcome it in. Open the door instead of holding the door shut. So if you think about you're inside a room and your emotion is on the other side and it's trying to get in this room. When you push back against it and you're holding back that door and you're fighting against it coming in, there's so much extra tension and energy being used there. But what if you just open the door? So, okay, fear, come on in. You can sit with me for a little while until you're bored and then you can go. And that's basically what it is. It's so much more peaceful. It's so much less stressful. There's so much less energy involved if you just allow the feelings to come. Obviously, I'm not perfect at this. I still have work to do. But you know what? This is a lifetime journey. This isn't something that I'm going to be perfect at ever. Things are going to pop up. Some areas it's going to get easier. Some things I'm going to change my habitual thought patterns and it's just going to become second nature. But sometimes I am going to have to just allow the feelings to come and notice when I am resisting them. And right now I am in resistance. And even though I am not perfect and I have not been following through with all of my commitments and my plans, I'm still going to just love myself through it because I am worth it. You are worth it. And we can do this together. All right, my friends. That was a long time for not being motivated to talk about anything. But if you have any questions about anything that I just talking about today, I've talked about in the past, or if you have an idea of something you want me to cover, please get a hold of me. You can email me or Facebook, send me a message on Facebook, or you can comment below. If you like what you've been hearing or seeing, if you would care to like the video or share it, I would so totally appreciate it. It really helps me get out in front of other people. And it just makes me feel really awesome. So I would appreciate that. Also, if you are sitting home and you know you have areas in your life that you would like to work on and you are curious about what I do and how I help my clients, please, please, please get a hold of me and let's set up a life strategy session. I am doing a 100 of these during my 100-day Facebook Live challenge, and I want you to be one of them. Don't sit there and think that you're not worth it, that you're going to be wasting my time, or anything like that. It doesn't matter. If you feel like you can't be helped, you're wrong. I can help you. If you think your problem is too big, not possible. I have all the tools and skills needed to deal with any problem. Any problem. You might be thinking that you don't want to waste my time because you don't plan on working with me further. No problem. That is fine. This 100-day challenge coupled with the 100 Life strategy sessions is me giving back to the universe, to the world, for all the amazing gifts that I've been given and the opportunity to do this as my job. So I want to help as many people as possible. Even if you don't plan on working with me, that's totally fine. Now I know how hard it is to make the decision to go for it and to, truly find out what the problem is and how to fix it. Just, even talking about some of the things that bother you. I know how hard that can be, and I totally get it. Even if you're not exactly sure what area you would want to talk about, don't worry, I got you. I got it all taken care of. Just be brave and just get a hold of me. Let's schedule it. Let's just get it scheduled. And then all you're committed to is 1 hour. That's it. Nothing more. I'm not going to hound you. Okay? I want to give you this gift. So please get a hold of me if you are at all interested in what it would be like working with a life coach. Or if you just have like a problem or a situation that's really been eating away at you, let's go ahead and release some of that negativity and let's get you feeling better. All right? Okay. I hope you guys all have an amazing night. I'm super excited that I get to do this for a living, even when I am not inspired to get on Facebook. And I am always, always blown away by the amount of views I get. So I just thank you so much for taking your time to watch. I know that we're all busy and it is a big deal to me. And it's a big deal when I spend my time watching videos. And so I feel very honored that you're spending your time watching me. All right, guys. I love you so much for everything that you've given to me. Let me give back to you. Join me tomorrow. All right. Bye.